And when I become aware of disconnects like this, I start to look for others. What other inconsistencies are hiding behind this word, this hammer, called racism? If we go back to our conventional wisdom definition of racism, we see that a racist is someone that believes that one race is better than another.
What would you say to someone that said blacks are better basketball players than whites on average?
I would say that is true.
Would you agree the NBA is 90% African American?
Yes, I would.
Why is that?
Because they think that we're black, that we're better at athletes and
Better
stuff
athletes.
like that.
As it is now, yeah, I would say that black men are better at basketball than white men.
Okay. Because of the results that we see.
Because of the results that we see.
I mean, I thought that if a white person has the skill of a black person, they could be on the basketball team. I'm not that well acquainted with it in terms of the racial, how it's occurred that the racial makeup of basketball teams is as such as it is. I have always believed it probably had to do with their skill of the game.
Well, that wasn't too hard. Most people have no problem with saying that blacks are better at basketball than whites, even though that does fit that common thread among definitions of racism. See the disconnect? So I guess it's okay to say that one race is better at something than another, as long as the one race is never white people. And if you think I'm kidding or maybe paranoid, let's see how many people would be willing to state that white people may be just as skillful in other areas as blacks are at basketball.
Are black people overrepresented in basketball?
Yeah, I think they are.
Why?
They're probably better players.
Is it safe to say then that the white people might be better at human relations?
No.
Do I think there are areas where white people excel and it's due to their skill and that's why more white people are in those areas? That's a tough one. I think it could be true, but I don't know what the areas would be.
Are white men better at keeping jobs and paying bills than black men? Now that just opens up a whole bag of tricks. That just throws in socioeconomic status, racism, culture, everything.
Now, the point I'm going to notice, Tina, was that when I asked you if black men were better at basketball, you gave me basically a one-word answer with a couple of qualifiers.
Right.
If I asked you if men are better holding down a job, I got 3 paragraphs.
Right.
Can you see maybe a different standard that you assign to blacks versus you assign to the whites?
No.
No?
No.
Even though you gave me a yes, blacks are better because of the evidence.
Mm-hmm.
But whites, even though the evidence shows they're better at this, we've got to back up and we've got to really consider this more.
Yeah.
You don't consider that any kind of a double standard at all?
No. I wouldn't call it a double standard at all.
So the conventional wisdom is that it's acceptable to acknowledge the skill and ability of certain races in some areas, but no one can seem to find any areas where white people demonstrate their skill and ability. It's another one of those disconnects. I mean, who can deny it? In areas where people of color excel, we credit them for their capabilities. But how do we view areas where whites excel? We condemn them for their racism. This double standard is a clear example of how the conventional wisdom on racism has become itself a form of anti-white bigotry. And I'll demonstrate this by asking about an area where white people do well.